Ladies and gentlemen, Netflix has finally given us an original worth watching. February 2nd, Netflix dropped Season 1 of Altered Carbon. Based on the first of 3 novels written by Richard Morgan, Altered Carbon follows the story of Takeshi Kovacs, who finds himself brought back to life into a cyberpunk reality, where your consciousness can be transferred into a small chip implanted into your neck, called a stack. This stack can be transferred into empty human bodies known as sleeves, so the user's life can theoretically be extended forever. Now, Netflix went in hard with the marketing for this one. You may have seen posters and TV spots all over the place, and they even transformed this bus stop into a sleeve still in its wrapping, complete with the illusion that it was breathing, and the reception has been generally positive. I fully agree with the praise this show's getting, but it's not perfect. First of all, the lore. What I explained to you before is basically the gist of it, but there's so much backstory and rules of this futuristic world, and it's all crammed into the first episode. It may have benefited from a Blade Runner style text intro to sort of get some of the basics out of the way, because it definitely took some of the visual inspiration that we know and love from the Blade Runner movies. The visuals though were absolutely incredible. The vibrant neons throughout a dark dystopian city were such an amazing contrast, and the aesthetic translated into the interior set design perfectly. Another thing they got so right was the fight scenes and just the violence in general. The gore is intense and the virtual torture scenes are hard to watch, but it adds something to the story rather than being distracting and tasteless. There are a few people I saw were annoyed by the race of the casting choices. Finally, Netflix shows a pioneer spirit by having a main character be Asian, but they then kill him in the first 10 minutes and put his soul in a typical white protagonist's body. This aside though, I just took issue with the cast in general. Subscribers to my channel probably see Joel Kinnaman as Will Conway from House of Cards, which I loved him in, and he definitely held his own as a lead character. But the cast surrounding him, including Bancroft and Ortega, are just so forgettable, even though the characters they are playing are so well written and raw. Speaking of raw, what's the go with all the nudity? Guys and girls, half nudity, full frontal nudity, sex scenes. I don't know if I'm complaining, but it's just a lot. I feel like Netflix has really done some good with Altered Carbon. For the first time in a while, we have a high-budget Netflix original worth watching. But though it may be a step in the right direction, it still managed to lose my interest as early as a couple of episodes in, which I think shows the pace could be to blame. There's a lot of story or time filler between the thrilling action sequences that just seem to drag on. But I understand why they're there, as the story is quite convoluted and definitely needs to take its time elaborating on the world and its characters. I just think it comes at a cost. I'd say we are likely to see a Season 2, especially since there's 2 more novels following Altered Carbon, elaborating on the other civilizations in this universe. But let me know what you thought. Did you like Altered Carbon? Does it deserve a Season 2? Let me know in the comments. But thanks so much for hanging out. If you had a good time, then spank that like button, and if you subscribed during this video, then welcome aboard. This is Matt Rogers, and that is all.